New at 6, big potential changes to an issue we've been reporting on for years. In recent years, Arizona's had an alarming number of police shootings. Most officers never face criminal charges, which leads to relatives and those who were shot seeking relief in the form of a civil lawsuit and cash. Those settlements, however, may be in jeopardy. As part of our Rethinking Policing initiative, ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw breaks down a new legal argument some attorneys say would make it nearly impossible to hold police accountable.
The argument is a little complex, but here's the gist of it from the attorney representing Surprise PD. If a police shooting is justified, then you can't really successfully sue the department or the city. But if the shooting is unjustified, then according to state law, it's a felony. And if it's a felony, the defense attorney argues, then those suing must prove that the department knew ahead of time the officer had a propensity to commit the crime. And that is hard to do.
I couldn't really believe it.
When attorney Eric Valenzuela first saw the court filing,
this is a legal argument they could even make.
His co-counsel, Anthony Ramirez, also taken aback.
It could have severe ramifications to hold municipalities responsible for the actions of their employees.
The case at the heart of these arguments,
November of 2016,
involves Derek Adame and Surprise police officer Joseph Groover.
Officer Groover placed himself inside the vehicle as the car was starting to pull off.
It's what you just saw and heard that's in question the night Derek Adame was shot and killed.
I'm sorry, it hurts not having him in my life.
Like most police shootings in the Valley, the Maricopa County attorney decided
we're not going to bring any criminal charges against the involved officer.
Now, more than 4 years after the shooting, attorneys for the city of Surprise
You want to have your cake and eat it too.
are less concerned about the shooting being considered a felony.
You want the officer to almost never be criminally charged whenever they take someone's life. You also want a court to find that he's committed a felony so you could get the agency off the hook.
The argument is based on 2 immunity statutes.
It's a novel argument.
It's almost like the worst legal loophole that could be created. And I don't think that's what the people of Arizona maybe had in mind when these immunity statutes were passed.
The attorneys suing Surprise are pushing back, arguing last week if the shooting is considered a felony, the officer should face those consequences.
You can't own or possess a firearm. You're not eligible for employment as a law enforcement officer.
Anthony and Eric now asking the Arizona Supreme Court to weigh in.
To try to clarify some of this stuff, because it really does open this can of worms.
If opened, it would make it much harder for victims' families like Ryan Whitaker's, who received $3 million from the city of Phoenix in December after Ryan was shot in the back.
I think the rest of the nation is kind of undergoing this awakening where we're moving in a direction to hold officers more responsible for their actions, especially when they take people's lives, not less responsible.
Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.
Late this afternoon, the attorney for the city of Surprise did send ABC 15 a statement saying, quote, the suggestion that the city is looking for a loophole is incorrect. While the city's steadfast position has been that the officer's actions were justified, if the shooting is somehow deemed unjustified, a